Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with a lovely new recording of orchestral works by Ioannis Rautavaara. Yeah, cool stuff. It's actually really nice now that Rautavaara is no longer with us. He died in 2016, and it really is a good thing that his music is still getting played and recorded and absorbed, because so much of it's excellent and deserves to have an ongoing life in our concert halls. So this particular disc features the excellent violinist Ulf Walling with the Turku Philharmonic under Ari Rasilainen, who did all that wonderful Atterberg and other stuff like that. It's on CPO, and it features his Violin Concerto, which is a very, very interesting work. It's in two movements, marked Tranquillo and Energico. They're almost equally long, and it's an exciting piece. It's very well written for the instrument, and I enjoy it. It's not the most melodic of his concerti, although the violin, of course, is a melody instrument. There's a lot of double stopping and gestural music in it, and Ulf Walling handles it extremely well with a very nice tone, and the accompaniments are beautiful, and it's worth getting to know. It may take you a couple listens to get into it, but it's a serious work and a very well proportioned and formally effective piece of music. So there's that. Then we have Selenade Pormon amour from 2016. It's one of the last things he wrote, maybe the last things he wrote. It's lovely. It's 8 minutes of really, really heartfelt, beautiful music that's also well worth listening to. And then Autumn Gardens. Autumn Gardens is a remarkable piece. It's a good half hour long in 3 movements. I mean, Rautavaara could have called it a symphony. He really could have, except it's scored for a chamber orchestra. It's a very carefully judged orchestra of just double winds and a couple horns and a tuba. There's no heavy brass in it, strings and very limited percussion, some mallet percussion and drums and things like that. And it's such a wonderfully evocative piece. It really is. The first time I heard it, it just blew me away, and it still does. It's kind of like, how to describe it? It's kind of like Finnish modernized Delius, if you can imagine such a thing. It has a beautiful sense of flow. It's all very tranquil, although there are large contrasts in it of movement, especially in the outer movements. But it does exactly what it says it does. It has an autumnal quality, a little bit of sadness. What really impresses me about this piece is, as with all of Rautavaara's later works, let me see, this one was from 1999, is that he can write music with a very high level of dissonance that doesn't seem to be terribly melodic, but that comes across as luminous and really, really beautiful and with full of memorable ideas. It's a little bit hard to pin down, and I think that was intentional. You know, there's a mystery to a lot of Rautavaara's music, and I remember when I was I had the opportunity to see the initial run of performances of his opera Alexis Kivi, which is written for small forces, chamber forces. I mean, the opera has no plot. It's about, the conflict between the Finnish and Swedish languages in Finland. It's not the most resonant story that's going to, people are going to rush out to the theater to see. Alexis Kivi was the great Finnish national poet. And it was a beautiful work, a really beautiful work. And Rautavaara later took the major arias for Kivi and turned them into a song cycle, actually, which I suggested that he do. I don't know whether he was going to do it anyway, but I said, those are really good. You ought to make a song cycle. And he looked at me with like a wink and a nod and said, okay, yeah, that's probably in the works. Anyway, I'm not trying to take any credit or anything. I just say we had the conversation. And the thing that he was most proud of was, it was very, very interesting. The opera is scored for strings, percussion, electronics of some kind, and a couple of clarinets. Those were the only woodwinds. And he was so proud of how he got those clarinets to make so many different sounds, to be very, two ordinary clarinets, but they were birds. They were, they used the entire range of the instrument. My point in talking about that piece, frankly, and this whole story, is that Autumn Gardens is very similar. It's similar in the sense that he's using restrained forces, very limited forces, but there's a wonderful range of color, and it all sounds so natural and fluent, and it's just beautiful. And this is a beautiful performance of it. There's only one other recording. It's the Segerstam recording on Undine, which is also gorgeous, and coupled differently. And it's really just, I think, a great work. I'd be very interested to get your opinion if you have a chance to listen to it. It's quite special, I think. It's atmosphere, and it's very successful. Although it's largely slow and dreamy for half an hour, it seems to suspend time very effectively. Anyway, this is a lovely recording because you get three very different works, and I think they demonstrate very, very graphically just what a magnificent composer Rautavaara was, and how his music really deserves to have a chance. So, at least on disc, I was very happy to see this. Keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.